So once you've decided on the layout of your cushion, I basically join them in strips at a time. So I'm going to join, you can't maybe see this very well, but I'm going to join the bottom part, I'm going to join the middle, and then this. So let's get rid of these for now, and I leave the middle one in the middle when I put them out the way. So it doesn't matter which way, but then they're all. So I'm going to start by, and for this, you've got options. Normally I have them so the right side's out, but that would create a ridge. So again, you can have a little bit of a play and decide what you want to do. But what I'm going to do for this is I'm going to place it so the right sides are sandwiched together. And then I'm going to join using a slip stitch. So you're going to find your border colour. So I've got my joining colour, which is the same as what I've bordered it with, because otherwise you'd be left, it just wouldn't look maybe quite as right. And then I've literally started with a slip knot on my hook. And then I'm going to start in the corner. So I'm going into the corner space of both parts of my squares. Let me just get comfy. There we go. And all you're going to do is a slip stitch, which is so nice and easy to join. I'm going to hold that yarn out of the way. So you're going to bring it through and through. So that's our first bit of corner joined. Now, all you're going to do is then go into each stitch. So double check you're in the same stitch for both sides. And you're going to bring it through and through. So you're going to go into each double crochet along and bring it through and through. And you're going to do that the whole way to the end. So it's kind of important you get both parts of your stitch here. So when I say that here, can you see I want to pick up that V and that V and just bring it the whole way through. And this is hopefully, because we've done squares, it means we're going to have the same amount of stitches, all of that stuff. So it makes it that little bit easier. There we go. So the whole way to the end. If you are a little bit worried about whether you've got the right amount of stitches, just give them a count. I mean, you've not heard this from me, but if you're one stitch out, it literally doesn't matter. And what I'd do if you did do that is I'd slip stitch into there and then I'd go through a new one, whichever side's got more, and go into the same one, if that makes sense. So there is always a way of amending these things. I was going to say bodge, but you know, it's not bodging, it's making it work for you. So slip stitch all the way to the end, and then I'll show you what it looks like on the other side, on the right side. So you can do it the right side's facing you. It just means you'll have a ridge, which I quite like on some stuff. But for this, I just found it's already quite a jazzy pattern. So I'm in my last bit, so through the corners, slip stitch and bring through. And then what I'm going to do is snip that, oops, bring it through. So this is it on the wrong side. Can you see? Quite like that ridge. You could do it that way, but this way we've got it like that. There we go. So you're going to do that, and then I can't remember which one's my centre one. I think this one. I will double check that. But then you're going to do the same thing with your next one. Join this side together. So you've got 3 strips of 3. So do that on all of your squares, and then I'll show you how to join the rows up. So once you've joined all of your squares together, you're going to have, not all together, but you've got your 3 strips You're basically then just going to do the exact same thing. So fold it over, make sure it's in the position you want, and you're going to join from this corner all the way down. And what I'll do is I will show you what I do when I get to this bit here, because I know that's a bit that people don't love. So you're going to join in your corner as you have for all of the other ones. So I start with a slip knot on my hook, pull that, so that's nice and, oh god, I'm all fingers and thumbs. There we go. Bring that through, and then I do that there, and then you're just going to go in one, whoops, am I even in camera? Probably not. You're going to slip stitch all the way across. Now I am going to do that all the way, and then I will show you what to do when you get to that join, just to get that bit nice and neat and no holes. So I'm getting back to that section now, so I'm just going to work in there, and then what I tend to do is I'll go in that corner stitch and the corner stitch on the other one, jump across and go in the corner stitch and the corner stitch of the other. Now I pull those yarns really tight and bring it through, and then just keep working all the way to the end. And I catch the yarns. Can you see here what I'm going to do actually, because so there's one less thing, I just tuck them out of the way. So keep going all the way to the end, and that's it really. So, and then once you've done, you'll fold it out, and I'll go through the next step. So this is what it's going to look like once you've joined all your squares together. So I've done all of it now. I think you are going to need to, so I personally wouldn't bother probably sewing in these ends, but I definitely would do all the blues, because once you sew these ends along here, any holes that you might have in this bit, it's going to close those up and mean that they're not going to come undone. So that's it, and I would definitely block this now. So do the same thing that you did before, but just to pull these bits out. So whether you steamed or use the tea towel, however you decided to do your blocking, I would do the same thing now for the whole square, and then leave that to dry, because the next video is the moss stitch one, and you're going to do the size depending on your blocked mosaic side. So that's it really. The next video will be the moss stitch one. But yeah, if you can block this beforehand as well, that would be great. Lovely.